On continuing claims and initial claims moved higher, and higher in this instance is not good. We're back over 1.1 million. To be exact, it's 1.106 million, so 1,106,000, and this follows 963,000. In case you're wondering, prior to the COVID outbreak, the high in this series was 695,000. We haven't been anywhere near there yet. On continuing claims, 14.844 million. 14,844,000. That's a sizable drop from our last look, which was slightly revised and now stands at 15,480,000. And we see a subtle revision to initial. Last week at 963,000 moves to 971,000. So to summarize, a slight miss on Philly Fed, although it's still a positive number. And on initial claims, back over 1.1 million. That's a step back. And, of course, just under 15 million on continuing claims is progress. How has the market reacted? Well, at least on the Treasury side, rates are moving down. Any type of anticipation that started last week with higher rates, of course, seems to be stymied a bit. And on the pre-opening equities, we have to pay close attention to divergence between hotspots and effects on economies, and in this instance, maybe in favor of the U.S. Joe, back to you.
That was awesome, Rick. When it rains, it pours. A lot of hires in there. Steve Leisman joins us now with more. Hi, Steve.
Morning, Joe. I'm trying to look at where this happened. This is a disappointment, and I went to look at the not seasonally adjusted numbers, which, by the way, they have been lower, and they showed a better trend. There is seasonals have expected more layoffs than actually have been occurring, in part because of when the teachers were laid off, whether or not the auto factories shut down, that kind of stuff. But you did, the not seasonally adjusted number is just 891,000, yet that was also an increase from the prior week. And just looking at where it happened, a big number in New Jersey, a big number in New York. These are two places that have done well as far as COVID goes. Texas also, a big number there. Washington. In prior weeks, we've seen a large number of states with decreases, and now it looks like a large number of states with increases. I don't know if there's any particular quirk in the week that would lead to it, but we had been expecting some fallout from the slowdown in the economy, or the slowdown in the gains the economy was making before it hit that skid with the resurgence of the virus. This could be fallout from that. I'm not going to make a whole thing of the economy's getting worse off this one number, because some of the high frequency data we've seen, and I'll report some of that next week when we get it all together, has improved. But this is definitely a drawback in that regard, and some of the other data that's out there. The Philly Fed coming in a little lower. Could just be August doldrum stuff. Becky and Joe, we'll just let it sit for a minute, not make too much of a conclusion on this.